Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Hey guys, Memes here. So I just got back from the new Sonic movie and I had some fun there. Just FYI, there may be some spoilers ahead, so take care, click off if you don't want any of this movie spoiled. Otherwise, let's jump into it. Alright, so basically our movie essentially starts out with Sonic basically getting blasted at in San Francisco by Dr. Ivo Robotnik. And then we pause and say, how did a hedgehog from space end up getting chased by some lunatic that seems to have a lot of government funding as well as an endless supply of robots? Well, it takes us back and rewinds to the beginning of the movie, where basically we see a baby Sonic on an Angel Island looking place here. And he's zipping around and everything, and he ends up back to the matriarch, Longclaw, who essentially has been a mother-like figure for Sonic growing up. She constantly seems to warn him, Sonic, you gotta stay hidden, you got a power like I've never seen before. And like any kiddo, he did the exact opposite. And apparently, a lot of the indigenous echidnas did not take kindly to this, and they end up hunting down Sonic, following him back to Longclaw's roost there, where Longclaw essentially saves Sonic. She is struck by one of the echidna's arrows, however, and before the echidnas are upon him, she sends him off to Earth with a bag of power rings, saying that he should be safe there. Yeah, that totally happened. It actually was a very sad scene as well. We're not sure what actually happened to Longclaw, but fast forward a number of years. So Sonic, voiced by Ben Schwartz, grows up in a town called Green Hills. Yes, don't worry, there are plenty of Easter eggs in this movie for everybody. And during this time growing up, he never actually really interacts directly with any people, but he has observed a lot of the folks in the town and actually feels like he's developed some sort of a relationship with them, even if none of them actually know he's actually real. And one such individual, the local sheriff, Tom, aka the Donut Lord, played by James Marsden, yes, he's dubbed that for a number of reasons during the movie, as Sonic expresses, because he talks to donuts, because he's extremely bored, and occasionally will consume those he is talking to. He also observed his wife, Maddie, aka the Pretzel Lady, because she happens to like doing yoga, and Sonic might be very fast, but it's not the most flexible individual there. She's played by Tika Sumpter, and as we traverse throughout the movie, we end up to that scene that we saw in the trailer, where basically Sonic, upon watching the finals of a youth baseball game, Sonic realizes he's all alone, which makes him sad. And this ends up leading to the scene that we saw in the trailers, where basically Sonic's running around the bases and inadvertently causes an EMP to more or less kind of come out of his butt, which ends up taking out the power in the Pacific Northwest. Shortly thereafter, the then unexplained EMP, we see Pentagon officials discussing what to do. What they do is they pull out the big guns. Dr. Ivo Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey, who seems like a cross between an evil Ace Ventura and Tony Stark. After belittling the commanding military officer, Robotnik discovers Sonic's lair. With nowhere else to go, he breaks into the Donut Lord's garage, and while about to zone to the Mushroom World, he's shot with a tranq art and loses his bag of rings to the top of the Trans-America building. We later find out that ring travel is the way most advanced species actually travel throughout the universe. So, we learn something new every day. After waking up in some short slapstick, Sonic pleads for help from Tom, who is tepid to get involved. The dialogue is cut short as Dr. Robotnik has tracked Sonic to the residence. After a short scuffle and several hundred rounds being blasted into Tom's residence, the duo manages to escape. While on the road, the corny jokes continue, and this is fairly standard throughout many Sonic versions throughout history as well, for the fastest thing alive. During one such side quest, Sonic manages to instigate a bar-clearing brawl, and during the scene we actually see just how fast he can be. It's actually a very well put together scene, something that you essentially can show to both kiddos and adults, and that's one of the appeals. It kind of just seems to be a bit of something that transcends between different generations, and I think that's important for movies like these. Some bonding between Sonic and Tom occurs when Robotnik's baddies seem to be coming after the duo. As we saw in the trailer there, even if they're small, they can be quite dangerous. Upon getting pretty banged up, Tom reaches Maddie's sister's house, and Maddie, being a veterinarian, manages to wake Sonic up. This leads to a scene where his niece gives the blue blur his iconic red shoes that he's known for. Ooh, look at those, pretty. After making several elevator goers very uncomfortable.
Do you have your child in that bag?
No. I mean, yes, it's a child, but it's not mine.
It's not your child.
Smells like body spray and an old ham sandwich.
The trio reaches the top of the Transamerica building. Before managing to wrap up the movie, the baddie master himself with his army of Batniks ends up showing up, and then we end up getting to the point in the movie that we actually started with. As Sonic battles Dr. Robotnik, he uses the Power Wings to warp across the globe, everywhere from Paris to Egypt to back to the Green Hills. Sonic looks to be done for, but his friends step up. Finally, after confirming his friendship with the Hedgehog, Sonic nears a Super Saiyan type moment. He doesn't actually go Super Saiyan because we've got to save Supersonic for the second movie. He proceeds to pummel the Doctor, who happened to be using one of his quills of energy, into a metal pulp and ends up sending him, with the help of Tom, to the Mushroom Zone. The gang all settles down. Tom receives an Olive Garden gift certificate from Uncle Sam, and the three live happily ever after. Or do they? The last couple of scenes set up for a Sonic 2, with Dr. Robotnik trekking through the Mushroom Zone, still in possession of some of his tech along with Sonic's quill, stating that he'll be back by Christmas. Hint, hint. The final cutaway scene of the town of Green Hills shows a power ring portal opening, with one Miles Prower, the Fox, aka Tails, coming through and declaring that he must be here, before jumping off a cliff and then rising back into the horizon, because he has two tails, and as we all know, foxes with two tails can fly. Final thoughts. Do I think it could have been better? Sure. Were there plenty of Easter eggs throughout the movie? Totally. Do I appreciate Paramount spending the extra time and money to listen to the fan base and reanimate Sonic? Yes. Overall, it was a fun movie that can bridge between generations of kiddos and adults like myself who've grown up with Sonic. Overall, I would see it again and look forward to what the future holds for the Sonicverse. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, everybody.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic.